Hi, my name is Julian, and my friends call me Fabulous Julian. I will be sharing with us how to win with market research. But quickly, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a small business marketing and social media coach. I focus on helping smart entrepreneurs build their marketing foundation by setting up strategies, different tools that can help them get a full-blown marketing system with ease. And on the social media part, I help create strategies, plans, and goals that can help you achieve your overarching business goal for the year. All right, it's my pleasure to be taking this topic, how to win with market research. This is one key area that I like focusing on because, like I always say, it is the hinge on which all your marketing activities, your social media activity, your branding will hinge on. So let's roll. If you see me look down, I'll be looking into my note. And there is nothing I'll be talking about today that you cannot find online if you do a proper research. Why? Marketing and every other element under marketing is a universal principle. You can find it anywhere. What it is in Nigeria is what it is outside Nigeria and any other place you can think of. So let's quickly define marketing, and I'm going to use a definition from Shopify because I really love that definition. All right, it said market research consists of systematically gathering data about people, companies, if you run a B2B business, a market, and then analyzing your result to better understand what the group of people needs or what the company needs. Okay, the result of market research, which is usually turned into a report or you summarize it, is used by business owners to make informed decisions. So market research is a decision-making tool, and every business must have it. We'll look at a second definition before we go into some other things around market research. Market research is defined here as the collection and analysis. So it's not enough to collect. You collect information, you analyze information. So market research is the collection of information and analysis of information about consumers. Your consumers are customers, okay? About your competitor. You must know what other people are doing in the same space where you are operating and the effectiveness of your marketing activities. So market research is the collection and analysis of information about your customers, your competition, and the things you are already doing in your business, or I could add the things you plan to do in your business. Market research is a very, very crucial element, and it should come immediately you have a business idea. So you know if you need to go ahead with this product or this service or this idea that is on your mind or not. How do you go about that? You look for people that are likely to use your product or your service, and you ask certain questions that can help your business or your product or your service. Okay, we'll break down a few things for you to understand that. So it is useful so you can establish if your business can make profit or not. A lot of businesses are running without profit, partly because one, there was no market research, then two, they don't know who they serve. They don't know what people want. They are not creating exact solution, whether product or service, that the individuals that they are serving need. Okay, with accurate information about your market, the consumers, what your competition is doing, your pricing, market research will help you come up with a proper marketing strategy and a marketing plan with which you go to the market and win. And that's why we're looking at the topic, how to win with market research. So the question people always ask me, how do you go about market research? Now, we won't be able to look at everything, but there are different schools of thought. If you go online, you will find different frameworks, different suggestions, different ideas, guides, help, resources that will give you different options of what you can do. But I'm going to share with us just a few. Okay, what will market research help you do, or how should business owners use market research? Okay, I mentioned one earlier. Market research is essential, and you need to do it at the early stage of starting your business. So whether it's a multi-level market business, whether it's a product or a service, everyone needs to research their market so you know where you stand. Sometimes one key reason your market research might indicate that your business or this idea you have is not likely to survive, or will not be sustainable. Not because it's a bad business, but because you are testing competition, environment, consumers. You find out that where you want to operate is not the best place to be. So you might even decide to move that business elsewhere, or you think of something else to create for the people in that location. So market research actually helps you decide, because it's an indicator whether there is a demand for your product or your service right there and then. So it's when you analyze, you know whether you need to stay, or you need to move on, or you need to tweak what you are doing. Okay? You can use market research to test a new product or a service. Now, that is if you've done market research for the business as a whole. Okay, when you want to introduce a new product or a service, for those that have different product lines or different services they offer, for every new product or service, you need to research your market. Example, if I want to run, I'm trying to give an example from what I do, okay? So if I want to run a market research workshop for a sector that I've not operated with before, so let's say I want to run a market research workshop for small business owners in the food industry or in the food segment or food sector, I definitely need to run or conduct a market research, even if I've been running market research workshop for service providers, okay? Even in the product-based businesses, market research for agro businesses might not be the same thing as market research for food vendors or for event planners, especially when you want to create niches. So the way I run my workshops, and I want to continue running my workshop, is, let's say, social media for multi-level marketers, social media or Facebook workshop for event planners, Facebook workshop for agro business owners. So my example, everything I'm giving will be in their kind of business. It's relatable. They can actually understand what I'm saying, okay? Instead of having a mixed multitude. Although I have classes for such, but this is where the line I want to toe going forward. So for every segment, I need to run a market research so I understand these people, what they need, how they need it, because different sectors speak different languages. Their nuances are different from other ones. So I need to get proper data to help me create exactly what they want. So market research helps you put things in their right places, so you are not lumping things together. All right, so you test your interest in new product or services, and you use the information you get to respond to the need of people in the segment. You can use market research to develop new products or services, or even develop new markets. Okay, when I did a program with China Europe International Business School, when I joined, I was not running classes for network marketing professionals. So I conducted a research, and I pulled out that like 60 to 70% of respondents of that survey were multi-level marketers. And immediately I created a new survey entirely to test what they wanted, and in less than 2 days I got 281 responses, and it didn't take me so long to create a 90 days program for 47 business owners in that segment, and I've used the information I gathered to create classes for them. I'm yet to launch. So before you launch, you need to actually look, and the way to look when it comes to marketing is to conduct a proper market research. Okay, so you can use market research to find and develop new markets. So for me, the multi-level marketers, marketing professionals, whatever you want to call them. I know some people don't really like them, but we love them the way they are. Okay, the multi-level marketing professionals is a new market for me. So what are the new markets you need to consider? Are there things you are already in a market? If you conduct a market research, you might start seeing a need to create a new market. All right, you use market research to monitor industry and economic trends and develop strategies that you use to position your business. Okay, this cannot happen. You might not see it from the examples or from the list I'm sharing. It's from the responses if you ask the right questions. Now, a lot of us might not know what will happen in the next 3 years in some industries, but when you ask during your market research, you will tap into the thoughts of people in that space, and you will use that to come up with products or services that they will keep buying from you. Market research places you ahead of your competition if you do it right. Moving on. Okay, all right, you can use market research to improve different aspects of your business. Example, customer service. If you ask the right questions, if you feel that some things are not going on well in your organization and you conduct market research, then you ask questions in this light, you will find out ways that you can deal with them better. One key question I always ask is how they want me to communicate with them. Okay, we know business owners, since I'm in the service industry, and them and go to where they are, use what they are using. Don't move them to places where they find it difficult to communicate with you. Okay, this is not about being too technologically savvy. You need to go to where they are, use what they are using. You use market research to monitor competition. There is something called competitor analysis. As a business owner, when you're conducting your market research, you need to also research what they are doing, which makes you become more innovative and want to change the things you do. Okay, market research helps you develop competitive strategies. So you can imagine, if you are able to do a proper competitor analysis, you will now come up with strategy to win the game. So if you are not winning it, that means your customers or your clients will keep going to them. So you need to come up with strategies that will help you win the game over your competition. So example, mentioned some things. We said market research will help you know whether your product will do well in the market, your product or your service will do well in the market or not, if it's needed or not. Market research will help you create new products or services. It will help you develop new markets. I gave you the example of multi-level marketing professionals that I started teaching after my market research session. It will help you monitor economic and industry trends. It will help you determine the optimal kind of product or service You just ask questions so that you know what people want and give them exactly what they want. Your market research helps you monitor what competition is doing. If you know what your competitors are doing around pricing, what they are doing on social media, you now come back and create a strategy to win them. Remember, I said don't copy them. Create something that they don't have. Okay, you can use your market research because you've done your competitors analysis. You crack your own unique selling point. Words, don't speak your industry jargon. Take the words they've given you and run with it. Use it to create your marketing materials, use it to improve your product, use it to create posts. A lot of times when people tell me, oh, Julian, I don't know what to post, I am having issues with content, I tell them you have not done your market research, because if you do a proper market research and you ask people what their challenges are, it's like you've looked for trouble. You will find out they will want to tell you everything they are struggling with. You need to you can find online. Even as we speak, I believe someone is creating a new tool that can help you conduct proper market research. Okay, you can also use product trial or service trial, and I will explain this. When you see 1ml when we were growing up, I know they still do it, 1ml perfume or free gift or something. Most of the times this is strategic. They are conducting their market research. You use it, you want to come back for more. Yes, you might not be able to do product testing. You can actually turn them to guides. Okay, if people download it, you can ask questions and find out what their thoughts are. If I run a restaurant, or I'm a meal planner, I could actually do a free challenge, give you guide how to prepare a particular thing, ask you what the taste is like. If you want to buy it, how much will you want to buy? And I will get information from that. It's something that you need to think, you need to do brainstorming, you need by observing. Okay, you know the things you're looking out for. So you just observe how your customers are behaving towards a particular product. If they pick color red more than color green, you know that, okay, color red is the winning or your hero product, and you produce more of red instead of coming up with green. Okay, so for people that make juices, this can actually work for you. We're almost done, and the last but not the least is running your business. It's another person's business to help you put your market research together. I'm not saying you cannot do it, but it's so much of a struggle when you leave your core competence and you're doing someone else's job. So even if you outsource, my advice, work hand in hand like a partnership with whether it's a consultant or a coach or an expert that is helping you. I'll say it again. There are things you can't do on your own, especially when it comes to marketing. It's the hinge on which your activities will always